Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Mary.
Good morning. My sincerest apologies.
That's all right.
Let me go ahead and get this stuff pulled up. How you guys making out today?
I just woke up, prepare
Look,
some new stuff.
I'm on the same page as you. I never fell asleep, and I finally closed my eyes, and I didn't realize that the alarm was going off at 8 o'clock. So give me 2 seconds. Let me pull this up real quick. Close. All right. So this morning we're going to go over cold calling. Marky, how have you been making out with your calls so far?
Well, I'm used to like really. I mean, for so many weeks already that we've been taking calls. I'm used to it already. I mean, so far so good. Um, there was just a time that, of course, it's not going to be a good experience with some of our customers, but everything is doing good.
Okay.
I don't know with Jackie. Why don't you ask Jackie?
Jackie, you there?
Marky. Hi, Harry.
How are you?
I'm fine.
So, Jackie, you've been having a little bit more problems.
So far, so good.
That's not what Mark just said. What's been the challenge you've been having?
Sometimes the customer is asking too much, and like, what kind of investor do you have? What is what kind of buyer's agent do you have? So I don't know what to say, but I'm always telling everything in the all the information will be sent to your email account, like that.
Okay, so I put together this manual for you guys, and this kind of will help you out with that a little bit more, Jackie. So at the end, I'm just going to go straight to the bottom. Company information. When they ask, "Who are you?" I'm a caller with Lions Pride Realty, we're a licensed referral company out of New Jersey. Before we were doing it for ourselves and investors. Now we're strictly doing it for clients, so we can use our referral company, won't get in any trouble. So when you tell them that, then they can go online, they can look up all the information and see everything right there. And we tell them we find off-market properties for investors and agents, which is the same thing you already do. If they worry about how do we get paid, we tell them investors and agents pay our referral fees and commissions. If they say, "I want more information about your company," sure, no problem. Our website is www.lionspriderealty.com. Our phone number is 844-99-PRIDE. That's 844-997-7433. And our email is info@lionspriderealty.com. If they ask where we're located, our main office is in New Jersey, but we have local agents where your property is located as well. Now, dealing with objections, have you gotten anywhere outside of these where they tell you, "I just want to offer"? So the answer to "I just want to offer" is awesome, and I want you to get one. We generally get the updated information. We generally get the updated information and schedule a walk with our agent. Can I schedule an appointment for 3 days later in the schedule appointment for, and then in parentheses, you ask, try to put it 3 days later that afternoon just to give them a time. Or can I just get a few more questions answered so I can get your offer if they refuse to answer your question before that? If they refuse to answer your questions, then don't worry about it. Thank you for your time and go on to the next one. When someone asks, "How did you get my number?" We subscribe to several public record databases. We just submit the property info, and and they scan for public records. They're not going to ask you too many questions outside of that. And if they ask you anything outside of that, keep on going. Say, you know what? Well, I have, when my supervisor reaches out, I have them get you some information. If they ask you, why are you calling me? We have clients that pay us to find off market properties in your area. What made you think I'm selling my house? Actually, I didn't think you were. It's on our whatever campaign you're on the dollar list, and I wasn't sure if we can be of mutual help, so we contacted you. Have you seen my house? No, we haven't seen your home yet, but we'd like to send an agent to preview for us. I'm not sure I want to sell. I completely understand, but by receiving a no obligation offer, you're under no obligation to sell. We're just giving you an option of alternatives. This is a good one. You get a lot. You can't have my email address. Well, is there someone we can send an offer to or a fax number that we can use? If they still won't give you any information, just don't worry about it. It's not a lead. All my information is already listed online. Just look it up on there. We do have access to lots of information, but what I want to do is get your offer ASAP. So I want to personally ask the questions and verify the information is still correct. And then if you get a question that's not listed on here, something that just completely throws you off, say, you know what, that's a great question, and I don't have an answer, but I'll have one of my buyer's agents follow up with you about that. Now, going through those, have you guys had any other objections outside of that? I want to ask you, Jackie. Let me come over here the thing.
Yes, sir.
I said, have you had any objections outside of the ones on there?
Just wanna offer. Not. I think not yet.
Yeah, I listened to what I did was I went through most of you guys' calls or a lot of them, and I listened to some of the stuff that was getting you stumped, and I went and created this manual.
Yeah, some of the clients they don't want to give their email address. They just want to call them for to their phone number like that.
Yep. And so if they have a problem, you tell them why you need it. Ask them if they have a fax number, and if not, then just keep it going. Don't really sweat them about the email.
Mm,
Harry, with this type of customers, let's say because some or there are some of difficult customers who doesn't want to provide information such an email address or a phone number, they keep on telling that just go ahead and check on Zillow. Those customers who really don't want to provide information, those are the things that we can't do anything, right? I mean, if they don't want to go ahead and provide the information from them, and that's okay, right?
Right. They're just
And we
not
cannot
necessarily
force
qualified.
them.
If they're not willing to give up information, then 9 times out of 10, they're not really a quality prospect.
Right.
If somebody's interested and they want to sell their house, then they're going to get up whatever information they need to. But if they just, don't really feel like being bothered, don't want to give up information, they're probably not that serious. And so we can keep them down as a follow up, but it's not a good prospect.
Right.
All right, so I'm gonna
I mean,
come
that's
over.
just pretty much experience that we have with Jackie. Everything is good. I'm actually enjoying really having this campaign. So I am really glad.
Now have you going outside of for sale by owner campaign? You've just been doing that one.
I think for me, I'm used to it. I mean, it's okay. It's fine for me. Not to change the script. That it's on how you like really present it to your customer. You don't have to like really necessarily use the complete or exact spelling. It's really on how you present it to your customer. So I think it's okay for me. Whatever script it is, I can always like manager and present it to the customer.
Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go over something that I haven't gone over with you guys before, so you can understand the questions and why we're asking the questions. It all comes down to seller motivation and sales psychology. Our primary job is to pre-qualify sellers and provide top-notch leads for our clients. A key part to that is understanding what question to ask, why and when to ask them, and you want to have a conversation with the seller, not just read from a script. That's kind of why I really kind of hesitate about giving scripts, because people will just read from a script like a robot and not have a conversation, and they're just reading from a paper. So the most important thing is the more information the seller gives you, the more motivated they are to sell. So these are our four objectives that we want to probe for answers. We want to know what their motivation is, why are they selling, what their timeline is, do they need to have it sold ASAP, or are they going to be waiting, what condition the property is, how much work that needs to be done, and bottom line, their price. What's the lowest number they're willing to sell it for? So these are the questions that bring out motivation. You'll remember seeing it on there. Out of the two, which is the most important? Most amount of money or quickest time? If the most amount of money is important, they're willing to and invest in position and told willing to and in position to hold the property for longer. Most likely that's a listing. If it's the quickest amount of time, the property might be a headache and they just want it gone. Most likely that's an investment. Questions as far as timeline, how much time they have. If we were able to agree on a price point, how soon are you looking to sell? Quick, simple, and to the point. Is the property occupied? Uh, will we have to evict tenants? Is there any reason we can't close in 2 weeks? These are kind of more probing questions that you have just in conversation like fashion to get a better understanding. Questions about the condition of the property. You'll find this on a Podio form. Majority of the questions on the form are from there. You want to know about the HVAC, the plumbing, the electrical, the roof, followed by the kitchen and bathrooms. But the HVAC, plumbing, electrical, roof, if those haven't been updated, then the house is more than 15, 20 years old, then we know we're going to have a problem. So we got to factor those into our offers. And then outside of those, it's followed up by kitchens and bathrooms. Are they updated or are they old? And that's the largest stuff in determining the factor on the price. And then the questions that we ask for price in its current condition, what do you think it's worth? If we paid you all cash, taking it as is with no commission, no closing costs, what's the best price you can do? That's really our bottom line question. We want to know what's the lowest you'll take if you don't have to do anything else and just walk away. What's the lowest amount that you'll take? Are there any mortgages and liens on the property? Anything else that needs to be paid off? And how do they estimate that balance? And then we also want to make sure we find out what their total monthly payments are. And PITI, that stands for principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And then their liens. Do they have a tax lien on property? Is there a water lien? So those are the questions on how you find out what the seller motivation is. Start getting their psychology. Like I said, the more questions that they'll answer, the more engaging conversation they come, the better quality of a prospect it is. If they're just rushing you off the phone and just giving you information for you to hang up, 9 times out of 10, they're not really that interested. But if they actually take the time and go through the questions and work with you on it, then it's a better lead. So before we get into the scripts, any questions on those? Okay. So let's go back up here into the scripts. I've narrowed the scripts down to make them smaller. Here we go. Cold calling. There we go. So for sale by owner expired script. Hi, can I speak with the owner? Hi, can I speak with Mark? Hey, Mark, this is Harry with Lions Pride. Now we'll identify ourselves in our company because we're not doing it for our company. We're doing it for lead generation. This is how with Lions Pride. We find off-market property for investors and top producer agents. Are you still interested in selling? If they say no, wrong number, wrong person, my apologies. Would you happen to have the correct owner's information, or do you know anyone that who might be interested in selling their property? Even if it's not the person you're reaching for, there might be an opportunity on the phone that you're not thinking about. So always ask them if it's not them, are they interested, or do they know anybody who's interested in selling a property? If they are interested, awesome. Our process is very simple and the offer is based on the condition of the house. I just need to get a few questions answered. And then that's when you open up your Podio form and go fill out everything from there. So that's the for sale by owner expired script. Now we can identify ourselves as Lions Pride Realty because we are officially registered in the state of New Jersey as a referral company. So you do not have to be licensed to have any conversation on the phone. Any questions about the feasible expired?
I think that's a very good script, Harry, just for first start. Because remember, with the current script that we have on the Podio, or yeah, we don't have the company's name. So I think it's a very good one. So that because most of our customers are asking if what company, and then most of the time they're also asking if we are located. Well, yeah, we know where we are located, but um, uh, I don't know. There was a time that I was not able to like tell them the name of the company. I actually forgot. So I think if you can update the FSBO script, then that would be appreciated.
Yeah, once we get off this call, I'm going to update all the scripts. I want to make sure I went over with everyone first so they weren't caught off guard. And then again, I made sure I put all the company information. So the
Yeah,
questions I heard them asking, you have them right here on this guide, on the manual. So you want to worry about thinking about it. So all you have to do is go
yeah,
to the manual and you have all the information in here.
right. I got that. Yes.
All right. And then Marty, this is the harder one. The for sale by owners and expired, those are a little bit easier because they're in the market of trying to sell their home. The distressed sellers, these are the ones that are headaches. These are the ones that'll be cursing and screaming and kicking and why'd you call me and hanging up on you and how'd you get my number and don't ever call me again. I'm going to call the police. You have to keep a level head when you're dealing with these people and understand, look, I really don't care what your problem is. I just want to know if you want to sell your house. If you don't want to sell your house, no problem. Let's keep it moving. If you do want to sell your house, great. Answer a couple questions so I can get it sold for you.
Right.
So I just want to make sure you're prepared. These people, a lot of them are not trying to sell their houses and they want to know why you calling me. And it's probably a headache and something that's frustrating them. So they really don't know how to deal with it. And they're not really that comfortable. So if you're able to get around that, then you'll have more closes, more wins. So for
Right.
the distressed seller script, hey, this is Harry from Lions Pride. I know this is out of the blue, but I have a client interested in 64 Bloomfield Lane. I was wondering if you might be interested in selling. No, wrong number, wrong person. My apologies. Will you happen to have the correct owner's info, or do you know anyone who might be interested in selling their property? Same close to the other one. If they're interested, awesome. Our process is very simple and the offer is based on the condition of the house. I just need to get a few questions answered. Open Podio. Going back to the objections, the biggest one you're going to get, how did you get my number? Why did you call me? What made you think I'm selling my house? Have you seen my house? I'm not sure I want to sell. So you're not going to get these as much dealing with for sale by owners and expireds. But when you're dealing with the distressed sellers that haven't even put the house on the market, these are the main objections that you're going to get. And these are the answers to them. So I want to have you guys prepared before you even start making those calls because I'll upload those lists this week for you guys to start calling on this weekend. So any questions, comments, concerns on that?
Harry, with the part of the appointment. It says there that it has to be 3 days. I would like to understand. Let's say, for example, you're about to like close the leads, and you will ask the customer if when would be the best day where we can send our agent to preview the property. That 3 days would start from the day that you're talking to the customer, or it doesn't matter. Let's say, for example, today is a Monday. And so if it will take 3 days, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, probably Friday, that you can schedule, or it really depends with the customer if they are going to agree. Or because I have a lot of customers, I'm actually like really assuming, or like I am assuming for the schedule. Let's say, for example, okay, Harry, I'll go ahead and send you my agent to preview the property. Would it be great if you are available during weekends, something like that? So, is it okay to like really do assumptive schedule for them? Not necessarily in 3 days. Let's say tomorrow. Would that work, or it has to be 3 days?
No, that 3 days is not set in stone. The reason that we do 3 days is so we can make sure we have an agent ready to go out to the property. Some markets we have agents that are ready to go. Some of them might be booked for appointments. So we at least want to try to give the agent a 3 day time, a 3-way window where they can get prepared to go on the appointment.
Oh, so it has to be 3 days really.
It does not have to be like we can set it beforehand, but we're not guaranteed to have somebody that's able to go to the property.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so the 3 days is just a courtesy for scheduling and making sure that we can have someone out there. That answer your question?
Yep, yep.
So Mark, you actually said something I'm not sure if anybody knows about. You said presumptive close, correct?
Yeah, I mean with the days for previewing their property. So because sometimes if I'm going to ask them like, okay, so if I'm going to send that one of our agents to preview your property, when will be the best date? Are you available? And then if they're going to tell like let's say next week, or let's say tomorrow, um I mean I am not really confident enough that they're gonna make it next week, they're gonna make it tomorrow. That's why I am just like really doing it on my, like telling it to the customer like immediately. Let's say, for example, tomorrow, okay, tomorrow we'll go ahead and preview your property. So it's like I am the one already who's like really assigning the date. I don't know if that will work, Harry. If it's not, then I'll just change it.
So we're going to do like we do everything else. We're going to try it and push ourselves to the limit. And the worst case that'll happen is we'll just have to call and say, look, you know what? I couldn't get in touch with my agent to get out there that fast, but let me go ahead and I'm going to have them call you directly to reschedule, and
Mm,
that'll eliminate that.
all right. Okay. I think it's safe to say that it's not guaranteed. Let's say, for example, customer is telling that tomorrow you can like really preview the property. So I guess we can always tell them that I can take note of that, but it's not a guarantee, right?
Correct. Yeah. So okay, I'm going to schedule for this time tomorrow, but I have to get in touch with one of my local agents out there to make sure they have. So let's go ahead and schedule this tomorrow at 10 o'clock. However, if they can't get there, I'll somebody will give you a phone call and let you know, and expect a follow up call from an agent to reschedule the appointment.
Right.
Got that?
Yep, all clear for me.
All right. So let's go through a couple calls and listen to what we did good and what we didn't do as well. And I'm just going to pick some random ones from yesterday.
Hi, thanks so much for answering this call. I'm calling about your
Oh
property.
no.
All right, could y'all hear that?
Yeah, that's me. Can you choose a different one?
No, let's go ahead and listen to this one because we're gonna hear yours. Yours are pretty good. I didn't hear this one, but I listened to a few of yours.
2536 Windmere Drive, North Cross. I would like to know if it's still for sale.
Yes.
Oh, that's great to hear. So, I am actually
I don't know what happened.
yeah. If ever
All right, so what happened, Mark? You got stuck there?
I don't know what happened. Probably connection issues.
Did you have Podio open at the time?
Yeah, I do. I am not sure what happened on that part. Probably it was connection.
Okay. So yeah, what'll make it easy for you is because it seemed like you're trying to, yeah, sound like you might have connection issues because it sounded like you didn't have the questions right in front of you. And that's why Podio makes it easy for us. So I'm going to pull this up as you're going along with your call so we can walk through it with you. Let me go ahead and put that back to finish playing.
that we're going to pay you in cash tomorrow, as it's with no commission, what's the lowest amount you would say?
Y'all make a joke. This is not a supermarket. You can't buy a house tomorrow.
No, I mean, do you have an idea? Because I can see on Zillow, you posted like 300,000. I mean, if ever that it's going to be in cash tomorrow, would that be lower down than 300,000, or you're gonna stick to that amount?
Sir, exactly. This is a duplex. Currently on market, you can't find one.
Mhm.
So previously, about 1 year ago, I rented the whole house. It's $2,131. And
Mhm.
currently, I think you can rent the whole house about 2,400. So this the aircon,
Mhm.
carpet, vinyl floor are brand new. The roof and the gutter is 2 years new. The more you need, just the positive inspection of the garment. I mean the county. I have a document. So in
Okay.
this case,
Okay, so Marky, when he said makes you can't be serious, you can't buy my house tomorrow, your response is no, I didn't say I was going to buy your house tomorrow. I said we're going to give you a all cash offer tomorrow, and we can close it in as little as 2 weeks. He was kind of like just being, he wasn't trying to be a complete jerk. He's just trying to kind of fish out and see if he's talking to a real person that knows what they're doing, because a lot of times it's been getting a bad rap by outsourcing and having cold callers. A lot of the cold callers are acting like they're the actual investor. And investors are getting annoyed because they know they're talking to somebody in another country who has no clue about what they're doing, and they can't make an offer, but they're just pre-vetting it with somebody else, and then they're actually wholesalers. And then they know once they finally get to the wholesaler doesn't have the money to buy the property either. So by us saying we're a referral company, like we're a licensed real estate referral company, that kind of sets us apart to where they know that we're finding either a local agent or investors that we've already vetted. And so it's not us making an offer, it's coming from one of our clients or one of our investors.
Okay.
So let's go back to the call.
All right. Well, I was
My God.
And your first name, please.
My first name is Jason. Z like zebra, E like elephant, S like squirrel, H like hotel, A like apple, N like November. I will send a message to you. Give you my
Sorry.
email address.
Yeah, I will definitely.
You actually did an awesome job transitioning on that. If that's your number, that's your number. But let me go ahead and get your name and information. Notice you're moving past every objection he has. You're moving past, and he's keeping this conversation going, and you keep on probing, getting more and more information. So, as an investment, this deal would be terrible for an investment, but for a listing agent to put it on the market, that's something this would be perfect for. Let me go back.
Get that.
Harry, it's really unfortunate that there was like a connection issue.
What did you say, Mark?
No, no. I mean, some of the some part of the calls is not playing, or probably because of my connection yesterday, I really had a hard time.
Okay, it sounds good so far.
Okay.
I will send a message to you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't think they can go ahead and do that.
Marky, did you hear him? He was trying to say he's going to text you, or he'll send it to you in a message.
Right. This customer is this customer was actually like, okay, I can give you all of those information. I'll go ahead and text you. Give me your number. And then I told him that, yeah, I mean, we cannot do that because we don't have any options to like really send those information. So,
All right, you know what? So I'll put that on the list as well. There is a number they can text you at. Our number that we have in call tools. I'll pull it up while we're still listening. But I'll give you a few seconds.
But
I mean,
Okay, so the way you would respond to that, Mark, is you tell them it's a landline. No, this is not my cell phone. I'm calling through my company. This was called a dollar and a landline. But you actually can receive text, and I'll put that information on there. This is going to change like every month, but these are our phone numbers right here. We have a North Carolina number 980-777-1405, and we have a New Jersey number 609-508-8430. I'll make sure I add those to the sheet so in case you have that situation again. Where is the screen where he was? Oh, did I mess it up? Okay, there we go.
Listen, my email address is H like hotel,
Mm-hmm.
U like a university,
Mm-hmm.
Z like a zebra,
Mm-hmm.
E like a elephant,
Mm-hmm.
S like a square,
Mm-hmm.
H like a hotel,
Mm-hmm.
A like a apple,
Mm-hmm.
N like a number, digital 2 at
Or
gmail.com.
at gmail.com. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong here, okay? Correct me if I'm wrong, Zishan. That's H for hotel, U. Okay. What about the kitchen? How old is the
All right, I'm
kitchen
going to
and the
start
master
fast for a
bath?
little bit through the call.
You mean how old is the kitchen?
This is the kitchen.
The kitchen,
Oh,
I
so
told here. You say seven.
well, it's everything
Everything
or
works
nothing.
well.
All right.
Everything works well.
Review the property. When would be the best time? Are you available during weekend, like Saturday morning?
That part, Harry, that's what I was talking about. Like, I am doing assumptive with the date.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's fine. Like you asked, what's better for you, mornings or afternoons, weekdays or weekends, and then you'll schedule a date. Yeah, you give them options to close them on.
Morning, your agent come to their house.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mark. So this is going to make it 10 times easier for you now. A lot of questions called because it was so ambiguous. He wouldn't know who you are, where you are coming from. When you tell them I'm with Lions Private Realty, we're a referral company, we have agents and investors in the area. I'm going to send an agent come out and inspect the property. Then you won't have this like all the questions he was asking, all his rebuttals. It goes back to the same thing. The great thing about that call is it lasted for 11 minutes and 50 seconds. He answered all of your questions. He gave you all the information, and you can tell that he's really serious about selling it. So that is an excellent lead, and that's one that an agent would actually pay for. So I'm going to stop. We don't have to go through the rest of it. Anybody got any questions on that call?
Um, I would like to know if there is other things that I need to improve. The way I do call handling in terms of my call handling. I mean, you can actually like tell us or tell me if there is something that I need to remove from that call.
No, the hurdle you had on that call was not being understand what he was saying. That
Right.
was
Because,
that's
um,
something that can't really help.
yeah, I was really having a hard time understanding the customer. But I would like to know if the way I take calls, would that work for you? I mean, was it great? Is there something that I need to improve?
No, that's why I'm going to go through a couple more because honestly, that one on a scale of 1 to 10 was a 10. You got him to
Oh,
talking. He was having conversation. He gave you all the information. He was engaged. He was back and forth. Whenever you got met with some type of objection, you learn you kept on saying, okay, that's not a problem. We're going to get past that. And you move on to the next thing. So at the end, he was fine about it, even though he really kind of didn't understand what was going on. And he's asking you like, why can't you come yourself? And you're kind of like just moving on, like, yeah, okay, that's not great. I'm going to send the agent to come see you. And because there was the language barrier there because he didn't really speak English that well, he kind of like just let it go, and you just moved it on through. So that's something we can fix post call later. But on the actual call itself, you did great because you handled all his objections. You used the alternative close, and you're able to get an appointment set. Regardless, we know it's not good for an investment, but we do know that he is serious about selling his property. The
right.
only other thing that you don't have, which you weren't armed with yet, so that I can't even put that on you, is asking him if he entertained paying a agent commission. That's the only question that should have been asked that wasn't, but you weren't taught that yet. So for everything that you were given and prepared for, you did it. That was a 10 out of 10.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, Mark is a hard critic on me too, so I can imagine how hard he's on himself. So let's come up to let's see, is this one gonna be you too? That was 6:30 p.m. All right, this is all right, let's go with another one from yesterday. Mark 6:30, let's go to 12. You weren't on the phone at the same time.
Hello, good afternoon. Hi, I'm calling about your property in
Okay, so I'm not sure who this is, but I'll tell you the assessment. The biggest thing when we listened up to Mark's call, Mark was having a conversation. I can tell right from here, whoever did this call, they're just reading off of a script. So they're looking at the script and they're going line by line, and that's where they're going from. And the actual seller can identify that as well. So they're kind of like playing along, going along with it, but they're not taking it as serious. Like the guy that Mark talked to, that guy just thought Mark was the one coming by because he was all into it. This person is listening. He realizes, okay, you're probably not even in the country. So why am I even wasting my time talking to you? But I'm going to go ahead and go along with it. So we have to get you to understand, like, you guys can't be acting like you're reading from a script. You have to know your script down pat, know your questions, and learn to have a conversation, not be a telemarketer and read from a script. So I'm going to go ahead and finish playing this.
Okay to preview the property.
Yeah, absolutely. By appointment only.
So it's okay by Sunday, May 16.
Okay, so if we go back to our form, when you come in the form, it has all these questions before you get to the appointment. There's a reason that it's set up. Remember, we talked about seller psychology and seller motivation. If you just jump to the end and try to set the appointment, all these questions are about building the relationship. So you're just coming to verify the information. I want to make sure I have the correct street, the spelling, the zip, and then making sure that you know what county is in. You can't even go through it without knowing the county anymore. So verifying that all information, and then, is it listed, which is the most important, going through all these questions, and then at the end, that's when you finally set the appointment. So let's go back over here. But that's why this guy's giving us such resistance right now, because he knows it's coming from a script and he's trying to be pushed an appointment. So let's go back.
So you have
To my knowledge, yes.
Harry, I think if you're putting your mic on mute, the recording is on mute as well.
So when I put my mic on mute, y'all haven't been hearing the recording?
Yeah, can you try without putting your mic on mute?
Okay, hold on.
the kitchen also and the master
There.
bath.
About the same.
Oh, all is 18 years. But any repairs needed?
No immediate repairs.
Oh, so all is in perfect condition. Okay. So if I paid you cash tomorrow
No.
with no commission, what was the lowest amount would you take?
Make me an offer.
Mhm. So you have approximately amount
Yep,
So-
approximately 45,000.
45,000.
All right, when you're on here, you cannot be timid. You can't be shy. Whoever says the guys recognize that you're timid and shy, like, make me an offer. Okay, well, in order for me to make you an offer, I kind of like want to know what ballpark you want to be in. I don't want to offend you. So before I even come out there, if you tell me a number you're looking at, when I have my agent come and look, they'll kind of know and be able to tell you if they can meet that number or not. And then if he still doesn't want to give one, then just keep on moving on, going to the next one. But the whole purpose is you cannot be shy. You can't be intimidated when you're talking to them. You got to be aggressive, not necessarily aggressive, but you have to command authority as if you're not scared of the person that you're talking to on the other line.
Oh. So can I ask your name, sir?
Charles.
Your last name?
Lindsay. Lindsey.
Okay. So your email address, so we can send our company information to you, sir.
No email at this time.
Okay. So this is the best time that we can contact you.
Yep.
Okay. So I will set you an appointment by May 16th Or what's your best day, sir?
Have the buyer call me. I get a feeling that this isn't the buyer and you're just
Mhm.
schedule an appointment. So I have the buyer call me, and so
Oh.
that way I can talk to them more, and then we'll schedule an appointment
Oh, okay, sir. It's okay. So we can call you back.
anytime.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of what I was alluding to. The guy took the call, he went through it, but it was obvious he was getting annoyed and frustrated because he realized the person he's talking to does not have the authority to make any decision. They're basically just calling in and taking up his time getting information. You have to memorize your script and use it as a conversation, not as a script that you're reading from. When you're going through it, you have to ask the questions as they're going because the questions are all set for you to build a relationship. There's more psychology going on here than just asking for answers to the questions. It's all about building a relationship while you're on the phone. So
I
let's go.
think also, in addition to that, Harry, I think what's wrong on this call? I mean, it's not really wrong, but if the agent could have added more of that confidence, talking to the customer, like that could have been great, right? Because if we are, I mean, we understand that we have this script, but it's really up to you on how you like really ask the question, the way you ask the customer. It has to have that confidence enough to converse with your customer, because if you're just going to read the script, you will definitely sound it like reading a script. So more of the possibilities, customers will not believe in you. So that's just my take.
That's the perfect take. Again, like you said, it calls down the confidence. If you sound like you're timid, you sound like you're scared, then they're going to treat you like that. If you come off as confident and well poised, then they're just going to roll over and do what you tell them to do. So let's go and listen to this other one from 10 o'clock. This might be the same person, but let's go ahead and listen just to see.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Hi, ma'am. I'm calling about your property in Flash Golf. I just want to ask if it's still for sale.
I'm sorry, where?
In Flash Golf.
Gulf Shores on Flash Island.
In 4500 Flash Road.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Is your property still for sale, ma'am?
Yes.
So, ma'am, I'm calling from a referral company. So, would you mind working with an investor or agent?
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh, okay. So, anyways, thank you for.
So that's a slam dunk right there. Would you mind working with an investor or an agent? No, not at all. Okay, this call is going to be great and lovely moving from this point forward. Let's just keep on listening because this is smooth sailing.
For the call, ma'am. Have a great day.
So, no, I will work with.
Agent?
Oh, no, not at all.
Oh, okay. So, anyways, thank you for the call, ma'am. Have a great day.
So, no, I will.
Oh, she said no, she wouldn't mind at all. And then I heard, thank you for the call. Have a great day. We went from a slam dunk to like, oops, I dropped the. I don't know who did that one.
Sorry,
But
Harry, that's me.
Jackie, that was you. Oh
I'm
my
so
god.
sorry. I didn't hear very clear. That's why. Thank you. Have a great day.
Jackie, he said, hey, come do what you want me. I'm looking for whatever type of help I can have. And you said, okay, no, I already lost. Bye-bye. Let me just hang up for the next call.
I didn't
Let's see how you
hear.
recover from this one.
Will work with an agent and referral.
Mm. Oh, okay. So, can I ask you a few questions, ma'am?
Sure.
So, this is a property or a vacant lot, ma'am?
A vacant lot.
Vacant lot. So, how many square feet is this, ma'am?
100 by 100.
100. So, if I paid you cash tomorrow, ma'am, assist with no commission, what is your lowest amount?
I'm not sure right now.
Okay, so just making that minor change in there. When you say if I paid you cash, your tone in your voice, the way you're coming off, she knows that you're not the person making the buy. So that's why I always say, don't say if I paid you, or don't try to act like you're an investor, because people can sniff it out. They can kind of tell, unless you're just so great at pulling it off, and most people aren't. Because I'm not good at lying. Most people are not good at, well, some people are, but most people they give hints that they're not doing what they say they can do. So just rephrasing your question, if I had an investor to make you a cash offer tomorrow, don't make yourself the person doing it. Make it so they know it's somebody else. If I had an investor to make make a cash offer tomorrow, what's the lowest that you would take? Let's get back.
I have to think about it.
You have approximately like 750,000, like that.
I would say approximately 45,000.
45,000.
Mm-hmm.
So can I ask the exact address? It's Lot 5, Flash Golf.
Mm-hmm.
And the zip code is 36542.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So can I set an appointment, ma'am, to preview the vacant lot after 3 days or by next week?
So, quick question, Jackie. While you're doing that, are you looking at the web form on Podio, or is that not working? You couldn't pull it up?
Because sometimes the Zillow is not working, so I don't know what is the exact address. That is the vacant lot, but the thing is, in the Zillow, there's no information there.
Okay, so the way you get around that is, if that happens, don't worry about being stuck. So, you know what? I thought I had this information right here in Zillow, but it's not coming up. So I just want to verify this with you. And that way they know that you're trying to look on your Zillow, but it's not coming up and you're just having some technical difficulties. Don't stutter through it, whereas you're trying to figure it out. When you're trying to figure something out, just be honest with the person and tell them, hey, look, I thought I had this in front of me, but it's not showing up. So let's go ahead and move past that. Let me just ask you a question directly, and we'll go from there. So it doesn't sound like you're trying to follow on your script where you're at and you know what you're supposed to be saying. And then make sure you guys are also asking for the county. The county is a very important thing because we have agents and investors that are paying us, and they're looking at stuff by the county as far as if they're going to buy the leads or not. Let's go ahead and finish this one out.
Yes.
So is it okay by May 16, Sunday?
Yes.
At morning?
So I'm not available to meet you out there, but you guys are more than welcome to go and view it.
Oh, okay, ma'am. So may I know your name, ma'am? Full name?
Yes, it's Erica.
Mm-hmm.
Erica Thomas.
And do you have email address, ma'am?
Universal RE Services at yahoo.com.
Okay, so your price is 45,000, and your appointment date is May 16, ma'am, 10:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day, ma'am.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
All right. So overall, it was a pretty decent call. I would give it a 6 out of 10. The biggest two things is one, when the lady said, "Yeah, come and help me." Okay, no problem. So that was the one mistake, and then the other is something that you wouldn't be aware of. If it's land, you don't need an appointment to see it because there's no doors to open. It's just going out to look at the vacant land. So there's no need to even try to set an appointment for them with that, That's just
Har-
something we pass it off to an agent, let them know it's landing. You wouldn't have known that because we hadn't gone over this.
Harry, that is
Mhm.
the new FISBO, the new FSB of 520, and that is no Zillow, only Podio.
When you say it's
That's
no
why,
zero only podio,
yeah, that one, the new FISBO 520. No, only Podio, no Zillow link.
oh, hold on.
Yeah, that's why I'm struggling yesterday. I'm always searching about the Zillow link.
Okay, so here I'm gonna fix that right now.
Mm.
I'm gonna fix that right now while we're on the telephone. So what I gotta do is come in here to campaigns. That's May 520 fees. What edit? Come down here to the bottom. They have these connector buttons. Zillow clone. Okay, so now that's fixed. So that was my fault. I did not when I did it. I put the other button on there. I did not put the Zillow button on there.
Yeah, because in my time, I'm always searching for the Zillow link.
Okay, so that should be fixed on it. And if you ever have a problem like that where it's missing, then just sit, like in the actual group in the certified by VI group, just put a message in there, and either myself, Cheryl, or Ali, or Mark, somebody will see it. And then if they can't get with me, Cheryl or Ali can fix it. Somebody will be able to at least look at it, and it'll be fixed for you while you're still on your shift. Okay, let's listen to another one. This one is May 10th.
Hello, good morning.
Make a random, Harry.
I'm calling about your
That's me
property
again.
911 WN.
Harry, I think we can try the 11, the 5 minute call. I think
Which
that
one?
was me.
The 11th, the 5 minute call.
Yeah, the 5 minute call, the second
Oh, you want
one.
to you want to hear yourself again? Okay, Marky, we're gonna listen to you again.
Harry is more confident. Marky.
Well, the thing is, listen to ones that are not as confident. So, Marky's, if it's a 10 out of 10, it's kind of great to go through, but you don't learn as much versus listen to the ones where it's kind of struggling to get through. So, don't be embarrassed. Don't be like, oh my goodness, be felt like you're put on a spot. This is about learning and helping you and teaching you. So, it's not like, oh, you messed up, you're fired, you're gone. No, it's more or less, all right, look, let's go and dissect this call line by line and figure out what we did wrong, what we did well, and address it. So that way you're getting your personal one-on-one attention and learning how to fix it. You cool with that?
Yep.
All right. So I will go ahead and listen to yours, Marky, and then we'll go listen to another one after that. Let's see if you did it 100% perfect again.
Hello. Hi, thanks so much for answering this call. Hey, I'm calling in about your property in 70 Sherry Hill, Murphy. I just would like to know if it's still for sale.
It is. Hold on, let me let you talk to my husband. Hello.
Hi, Sherry. This is Mark. Well, I'm calling about your property in Murphy. Well, I'm with a referral company and we help investors and future homeowners find off market properties. Now, my company is interested in buying your property. I would like to know if ever that we're going to pay you in cash tomorrow, how much would be the amount? What's the lowest amount you would say?
For the four pieces,
Sorry.
for the four lots,
Ah,
125,000.
120
All places.
125,000 you said?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, that works definitely. And well, this is just a pure land. Oh, there's a playground. I mean, I can see the picture. There's a playground there.
So hold on real quick while we're going. I'm coming through. Are you actually going on off of the form while you're on the phone with them? Mark?
I'm sorry, Harry.
I said, are you going through the form when you're talking to them, or are you just going free flow with the questions?
No, I am actually, because that's what I'm doing, because I want to hook with I want the customer hook with our conversation, because yeah, I'm using the Podio and also the Zillow checking at the same time. That's what I usually do because I wanted to keep the customers on the line. That's why if you notice, I am not asking immediately their name, if when would be the, I immediately ask them if ever that we're going to pay them in cash, so that at least I'll be able to get the customers buy-in for them not to disconnect the call, because that's what I've experienced from the past. So, but I am using the Podio immediately.
Okay.
I'm used to it. That's why I ask immediately.
Okay. So the very most important question I want you to ask first before you even go any further, you want to know if the property is listed with the agent. If it's listed with the agent
Uh,
and you get all their questions answered, then that's not even a lead because it's listed with the agent. So I want to make sure you have that question asked before you even go into conversation, so you're not wasting your time talking to them and they already have it listed with the agent. It doesn't sound like this guy does, but I just want to make sure that you're aware of that before we go further. Okay.
okay. So if it's listed, let's say yes or no. Yes means,
Yes means the call is over. It's not a qualified lead.
oh, okay. So how would you ask the customer? Like, is it listed? Is that how you ask the customer, or
Yeah, actually, very say, hey, are you still selling on your own? Or are you listed with the agent?
oh, okay.
You
That
know, there's a
clear.
couple ways you can phrase that. Hey, if before we get started, are you working with the agent? Is your house listed with the agent? So you don't have to like have it as a robot, but you just want to know, is your house listed with the agent? That's the however you want to phrase the question. If they're listed with the real estate agent, then it's not a good lead, and you're wasting your time from that.
Oh, okay. All right. That's noted, Harry.
And then the second most important question is, would you mind working with an investor or an agent?
Yeah.
So these two questions are the most important on here. This one cuts the whole conversation out. This one, if they don't want to work with investor or agent, that cuts the conversation out. And this one is the most important question. So you know if you're dealing with an agent or an investor, out of the two, which is the most important, selling in the fastest amount of time or for the most amount of money, that lets you know how to, like, if it's an investor or agent. Everything else on there, you can freestyle it, kind of do it how you want to. But those three questions, you want to make sure that they're the first ones you're asking, so you know that the call is worth your time.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I know.
All right, cool. And I didn't even realize that y'all had the new script already. I guess Ali had put it up or I gave it to her, but I was going to wait till I went over this first. But y'all are doing excellent with the new script so far.
There's a pool, and these are the properties that you're selling, right?
That is correct.
Right. Now, I'm sorry, I was not able to get your first and last name. May I have your first and last name?
Thomas Sawyer.
Thomas, like Thomas.
That's correct.
And your last name, please?
Sawyer, Sawer.
Fire, like Foyer?
Sawer.
Fwier. All right, well, I think I got her here. Now, um, uh, since it's 125,000, the lowest amount that you would take, I will set an appointment for an agent to preview the property for me. I would like to know if you're okay within weekends, if you're available that time.
Okay, so that goes back to this being land. With land, you don't even have to have an appointment because it's land is open, so they can go see
Okay,
it.
so not anymore if it's land.
Yep. If it's land,
Okay.
don't worry about an appointment. And I'm not even going to go through yours anymore, Marky, because there's no teaching in it. We need to go some like help somebody that's kind of struggling through it and break down theirs call line by line. So let's see. This one is fast. Let's go to the longer one. 7 minutes. Who's this?
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. This is Jackie, and I'm calling about your property in 2045 Route. I just want to ask if it's still for sale.
It is.
Mhm. So, sir, I'm calling from a referral company and will help investors and future homeowners find off-market properties. So, would you mind working with an investor or agent, sir?
I wouldn't mind.
So, okay.
We are off to a great start right there. That's what if they answer that question, they don't mind working with an investor or agent, you're good to go. And let's keep
So,
the
if
call
it's
going.
okay, would you mind to give me a little time answering my few questions?
Here, give me a second here. I gotta move my cat so I can get out of the room I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the muscles.
You're going through this perfect so far. It's still obvious you're reading and going through, but you're a little bit more comfortable and confident with it on this one.
Certainly. What would you like to know?
So, can I ask the exact address? Oil City?
12 Rockwood Avenue.
When you have it, you should have the information in front of you. Don't ask them what it is because they'll be like, well, why are you calling me if you don't know the address? Verify. Say, look, I have the address on here. It's 12 Rockland in Newport, Virginia. Is that correct? I just want to make sure I'm following the county. Is that in Dade County?
No, Harry, because the Zillow link is not appearing that time.
Was it in the? It should have been in the form though. Like when you open
Yeah,
Podio,
there is
all
a Zillow link, but
the property address information wasn't in here already.
sometimes it's not tally like that. What do you call it? There is an address, but if you pull out the link, only the Zillow link like showing like other listing like that, the main account of the Zillow, not
Okay,
the exact address uh of the house.
got you.
That's what.
Okay, because sometimes when they're being scraped, the full address doesn't come in, especially for this city. So I understand
Mm,
what you're talking about. But that's fixed now with the Zillow, so you shouldn't have that issue.
yeah, that's why I'm asking the exact address also.
Okay.
12 Rockwood Avenue. Oil City?
Correct.
Mhm. Oh, okay. So, are you in a rush to sell it?
No.
So your exact question is, this is where you should be using the form. Which is the most important for you to sell it for the most amount of money or in the shortest amount of time? Don't ask them if they're in a rush to sell it because now you don't have the other question out there. Ask it as an alternative. You're given an option. Do you want to sell it for the most amount of money or the shortest amount of time?
So, did you occupy your property?
The property is currently unoccupied.
It's a big hunt. Okay. So, is it okay? Can I set an appointment to review the property after 3 days?
To what the property?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here's something I want to make a note of. He asked to what the property, and the response was, Remember, so you already understand when you're doing it, go through the form. Don't be so concerned because it sounds like you really want to hurry up and just set the appointment. It's like, oh my gosh, let me just set the appointment so I can get off this call and I have the appointment set. Relax, slow down, get your confidence. Don't be scared of the call. If they yell and they scream, so what? Who cares? All you have to do is, oops, I lost connection, and move on to the next call. Don't worry about that. Setting the appointment is great, but what you're not doing is building the relationship. The call is set for you to actually build a relationship with the seller and ask some questions to uncover those 4 points we talked about. What is their motivation? What is their timeline? What is the condition of the property? What is the price point? Let me see if I get back to this. Dealing with objections. Here we go at the bottom. You want your call is not so much as setting the appointments, but getting these things down here to make sure that it's a qualified appointment. Because if you just set an appointment and you haven't gone through all this, then they're 9 times out of 10, they're not going to be as committed to that appointment because they don't feel like it was as serious as somebody who's taking the time to build a relationship. So the entire call is about building a relationship and building a rapport with the seller. So we'll go ahead and go to another one. What time is it? 9:23. We'll go ahead and try to get two more in here. Let's see. This one was a quick one. Let's see if this one was just rushed to an appointment. I don't know who this one is, but it's 2:57. Let's check.
Hi, thanks so much for answering this call. By the way, my name is Mark. I'm calling about your property in 19th Sunshine Silva. I would like to know if it's still for sale.
Yes.
Awesome, sorry. With a referral company, and we help investors and future homeowners find, market properties. So my company is interested to like really buy your property, but I would like to know if ever that we're going to pay you in cash tomorrow, what's the lowest amount you would take?
It's listed for 59.9.
$59,000.
Yes.
All right, $59,000. But did you uploaded this in Zillow?
So if you ask that, say, I understand you have it listed for 59.9. However, I'm asking you if I had a cash, or actually, let me rewind a little bit. We're not saying if our company is going to buy it. If we were able to get you a cash offer, what's the lowest that you would take? So I'm not sure if that's on the script. I'll go back and look at it. If we were able to get you a cash offer, what's the lowest you would take? So that takes the responsibility off of us. It takes the onus off of you to actually have the number. You're just saying, look, if I have an investor in the area and they're able to give you all cash, what's the lowest that you would take? And then if he says the part where he says, oh, 59.9, I'm like, okay, well, I understand that's what you have on the market for. However, if I was to get somebody to purchase the property for cash as is, and you don't have to pay any commissions or closing costs, you just walk away with your cash, what's the lowest amount that you would take?
Oh, okay.
We did, but
Uh-huh.
it's now listed with an agent.
Yeah, dollars. But did you uploaded this in Zillow?
We did, but
Uh-huh.
it's now listed with an agent.
Yep, and that ended the call right there. Once he says list with an agent, there's nothing we can do with that anymore. That's why I want you to ask, are you listed with an agent as the very first question? So you're not all into it where you find out. But let's see how the rest of it went, just for kicks and giggles.
Yeah, because this is actually land, right?
Yes.
It is. Okay. Now, I would like to go ahead and I'm sorry. I just would like to know your first and last name, please.
Richard Douglas.
Thank you. Do you have your current email address? Your current email address.
rmdouglas55@gmail.com.
Yeah, you did an excellent job going through that. He really wasn't interested in moving forward because he listed with an agent. So he kind of like, I'm done with that headache. But because you commanded his attention, he still went ahead and sounded like he finished with your call. So this one was set up as a more info. This one would not be a more info. This one would be set up as listed. So that shouldn't even make it to the podium.
Okay. Do we have listed options for in Podio? I think we don't for listed, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's see, what are the statuses? I'll check it as soon as we get finished with this. Oh, I had to go back to my filter options. I can tell you right here. What are the dispositions? Listed
Oh,
is on here.
they're listed. Okay.
Yeah, so listed is on there.
Harry, with those closed leads that, or with those leads that we're closing, the right what is the right disposition? More info or listed.
For that one we just listened to,
Yeah.
that one they're listed with the realtor. So if they're already listed with a realtor, that's why your first question is, are you listed with a realtor? You will put listed and it's going to the next one.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I mean, now that you clarified, then that's something that I have to correct in terms of my disposition.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to start doing more with call trading because I kind of like just threw you guys out there because I was busy juggling so many things. But now everything else is kind of organized and structured. We have everybody taking over, so I can spend a lot more time with you guys on the calls and making sure that like we're doing this at least once or twice a week, just sitting there auditing calls and going through them so you guys know exactly what you're doing right, what you can do better, and how we fix it. Because I want it starting next month, you're not working for me. Next month, we're going to have everybody's going to be clients. So when we say that we might have somebody interested in buying it, it's strictly not us buying it. It's because we have an investor who's paid us to bring them leads, or we have a real estate agent who's paying for the leads. So they're going to be a little bit different. Like with me, I knew I had so much, I couldn't get to it. They're going to be screening these calls, looking for everything. So they're going to be a lot more hardcore. So I want to make sure I have you guys prepared for that. That's why I want to spend a lot more time over the next few weeks getting prepared for next month.
Okay.
All right. So let's just go pick another random one.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hi, sir. I'm calling about your property in 606 Hackettstown. I just want to ask if it's still for sale.
Which unit?
606 Second Street, Hackettstown.
606. Yeah, Hackettstown is gone, but Second. Are you an agent?
Yes, sir.
Nope, I'm not an agent, but I do work for a referral company because you're not licensed, so you don't have to say you're an agent.
Yeah, 606 Second Street is available in Union Beach.
Union Beach. Zip code is 7735.
Yeah.
So, sir, I'm calling from a referral company and we help investors and future homeowners find off-market properties. So, is it okay I'll put you in our list so when we get a buyer, we can call you as well?
Yeah, that's no problem.
So, if I paid you cash tomorrow, as is with no commission, what was the lowest amount would you take, sir?
$435.
You did an excellent job transitioning that. Matter of fact, let's go rewind that again. I want you to hear how good you did
And we
that.
help investors and future homeowners find off-market properties. So, is it okay I'll put you in our list so when we get a buyer, we can call you as well?
Yeah, that's no problem.
Now he just gave you permission, and you might not be skilled enough to recognize this. This guy is an investor, and he has more properties than just this one, and he's probably turning a bunch of deals all the time. So this is kind of like a double win. You have him as somebody who's selling a property right now, and you also have him as somebody who might be interested in buying properties in the future. So this call, you did an excellent job. I'm not even sure if you knew exactly what you were doing, but you bought it out. It's still obvious that you're reading from it script like. We don't want to read, have it memorized as a conversation like. So I think what we can do is once a day, maybe if we start off in the mornings, even if I'm not on there, we get on a Zoom and let's practice knowing these scripts and being able to have them as a conversation and not read it as a script. And Marky, I'm going to put you out there. Since you are great at doing that, I'll give you access to the Zoom. So that way, if I'm not able to make it on there, I know that's something that you have the skill set and the quality to do. If Ollie's on something else, then you can help work with us on that. You cool with that, Mark?
Sure, no problem.
All right.
Wow.
So let's go ahead and finish going through this.
So, if I paid you cash tomorrow, as is with no commission, what was the lowest amount would you take?
And I got to look through the script. I know our old script was if I paid you cash because we were doing all the buying ourselves. Now we're finding agents, we're finding other investors, and we're just letting go of all the headaches so we can focus on lead generation and not drop the ball on stuff like I've been doing, trying to do everything. So make a mental note in case I don't change it. If you see that still on the script, make sure that you remind me to change it and make sure that you know if I was able to get you a cash offer from one of our investor partners, what's the lowest that you would take? And then if they ask more questions, look, you don't have to pay any commissions. You don't have to pay any closing costs. Like we're just making you a cash offer and that's how much we're paying. Whatever you owe is be paid off and you walk away with the rest.
Take, sir.
435.
435,000. Okay. So can I set an appointment, sir, for an agent to review the property after 3 days?
Okay. I'm not going to go through this one too much because we skipped over all the questions to build relationships. And we didn't, we found out that it wasn't listed. I don't think I heard it was actually was listed. You did ask you mind work with an investor or agent, and then you didn't find out if they wanted the most amount of money or shortest amount of time. Again, this is not something that I can really hold you guys on right now, but don't be anxious to get the appointment. The purpose is to qualify the lead. You want to build a relationship and you want to get them talking so they feel comfortable. Getting the appointment is kind of like the last thing to do. Building the relationship is the most important thing. So I think out of the calls that we listened to so far, we kind of got a fair assessment where I don't have to go through all of them. What we can do is we can wait until tomorrow, and then tomorrow morning we can review today's calls and go from there and see how things went better. I went over, it is 9:30. We actually started about 10 minutes late because I overslept. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. I fell asleep and I didn't hit the alarm and I didn't sleep last night. So that's my fault. I apologize.
That's okay, Harry. That really happens sometimes.
I do not like for that to happen. Mark, look, if
It
I say
happened to
8
me
o'clock,
once.
look, if I say 8 o'clock, then damn it, we start at 8 o'clock. So I hold myself so accountable so that when somebody else comes on, I don't want to hear no excuses because I don't let myself get away with excuses. I messed up this morning, so I'm going to beat myself up over it. Thank you for helping me out of it, Mark. But I just can't believe I didn't wake up. So, anyways, we moved past it. Thank you guys for waiting on there. We did a great job of getting through it. The calls we listened to, there was none that was just a bad call, like, oh, this is terrible. It's just learning and being more comfortable. I guess a way what we'll do tomorrow, since I took up all the time today listening to calls, tomorrow I'll let you guys start pitching me and we'll do mock buyers or mock sellers where I'll be the seller and you'll go in there and go through your pitch and I'm going to make sure you're thoroughly prepared for it. So Jackie, if you want to do that with just me and you offline so you don't feel like I'm throwing you out there in front of everybody, then we can do that off. Matter of fact, not just you, Jackie. If anybody wants to do it separately, then just send me in the inbox, send me a notification, and I'll work with you for at least a half an hour a day until you have it down pat and you feel comfortable. Because that's the whole thing with the certification program. By the time you get your certification, you will not be scared. You will not be timid. You'll know this like the back of your hand. It'll be like, hey, this is simple. Like, hey, how you doing? Okay, you gotta, like, for instance, when I get on the phone, I can't read a script. Hey, I'm calling about your property at 64 Bloomfield. Is that still available? Okay, great. I might have an offer for you. What's the lowest you'll take? And I'll just go through it so fast, so it's hard for me to help prepare for somebody for a script when with me it's just a conversation. I want to
Right.
have
I
you guys,
think
huh?
sorry, Harry, to cut you off. I think for everyone's idea or tip, you have to, like, number one is you really have to have that confidence in you, and then you have to sound it be natural. I think that's if correct me if I'm wrong, Harry, because I'm working in a BPO, and I think the things that American people wanted to hear is, talking to them naturally, right? Having that two-way conversation. On the other hand, not to be sounded scripted. So I think more of that confidence that you guys have to, like, add and talk naturally. I don't know if that will work, but definitely that will work because it's working for me.
So I need to improve my voice, more
Yes.
confident. I don't
Right.
know
Yes.
what
So
happened. I don't know what happened to my voice. If I speak loud, I don't know. It's always sounds like lonely.
no, I'll work with you like Jackie. We'll set some time while I work with you on that.
Yeah,
If
because this is my first time. That's why.
so when you're talking on the phone to your girlfriends,
Hmm?
or is that how you sound like when you're on the phone with them?
I, I'm a girl.
No, not your girlfriends, like your girl. I mean, to your friends that are girls.
Oh, okay.
Not your girlfriends that you're dating, but your girlfriends that are friends of yours that are girls.
Marky, don't laugh.
When you're on your phone with your
Okay.
friends that happen to be females, do you sound the same way?
Yeah, sometimes like that. I don't know what happened to my voice. It always sounds like lonely, even if I louder it.
Okay, so we're gonna work with you and getting out that voice because I can probably tell if it's just you and Mark on the phone, you sound a little bit more confident than you do with everybody else. Am I right, Mark?
Sorry.
If she's just talking to you, does she sound like she has more confidence than she does on these calls?
Yeah, I can really see the difference. Because of course, the probably she's confident. I mean, comfortable talking to me already, so it's totally different. There's a difference behind.
Right. So I'm going to get you comfortable talking to complete strangers to where you feel like you're talking to Mark. I mean, even when it comes to me, sometimes you're a little bit hesitant. Look, I need you guys to know that I am not the boogeyman. I can be I can hold people accountable. I'm very big on accountability, but I'm very easy to approach. I'm human. I know I mess up. I make mistakes. You don't have to ever worry about feeling like you can't tell me that I did something wrong or you can't tell me that we need to fix something because I will not get offended. I don't have emotions. I don't take stuff personal. To me, it's business, nothing personal. What do we need to do to fix it? If it's not working, okay, well, let's take this to fix it. And if it's something that actually is working, it's just not being implemented right. If we don't have a comfortable feeling of having a dialogue and a conversation, then we're going to be stuck. So you guys can't just look at me as a normal job, like, oh, this is my boss, he's my employer. I can't say anything because I don't want to upset him. I don't give a daggone about being upset. Don't worry about hurting my feelings. Tell me honestly what you're having problems with. Tell me honestly how you feel. And don't be scared to be honest up front with me because we're growing this as a company and there's going to be opportunity for everybody. But if we're not comfortable, if you guys don't feel like you can tell me what's going on, then it's going to be very hard for you and you're just going to be frustrated. And then you're going to be telling somebody else and they're going to feel like they got to speak up for everybody. No, it's okay. Your direct person to talk to is your supervisor. If you can't get it straight with your supervisor, then you come to me. And if you can't get it straight with me, then we just figure it out. I mean, there's all types of conflict management and resolution, but you guys don't ever have to feel like you can't say something to me. Fair enough?
Right.
All right. So it is now 9:41 and I've taken up a whole hour and a half. So Marky, you usually speak up for the group. Was this helpful or not?
It's very helpful, especially for with the rest who are newbies right here. This is an idea already, a tip for them on how for them to like really converse with our customers, the confidence that they have to gain, and this this kind of meeting or training is really going to be helpful for everyone. We are sharing ideas, best practices, and I think that's the best thing that we can do, so that at least everything is calibrated, everything knows what to do, everything what knows what they're talking about. The only thing that I can suggest is really the confidence. You really have to wear that confidence enough on especially in talking to your customer. It will really help you a lot.
And so what I want to do is anybody who wants to start getting more practice on the dollar, the first thing we got to do is make sure that you can actually speak English fluent enough to where they won't try to tear you apart because some Americans are just ignorant and rude. And if they hear you with an accent, they won't take you as serious. So we got to make sure that your English is on point and that you can at least get through it to where you don't have that where they're trying to come at you. What I'm going to do right now, if you're so I'm not even going to make you guys stay over this. If you want to get more practice on the dollar and you're ready to start learning and getting on calls and learning how it works, then when I put this post up, go ahead and put your name below so I can start getting you scheduled for the dollar. Oh, that's the other thing. Marky and Jackie, I appreciate you guys being on the dollar every day. If you have the time to do it and that's something that you want to do, fine, great. I appreciate it. But I don't want you to feel obligated because everybody deserves a day of rest. We are not slave drivers around here. We want to make sure that
Right. Yeah.
everybody has some time. And I love Ali because she realized like we had a bunch of people before and something happened, it just fell through. And so Ali like Ali, that's my rock right there. She just wanted to make sure that we had the dollars covered because what most people understand is when things fall through, I'm the one that's paying the money and footing the bill. So a lot of times it costs me extra money, and Ali really takes care of me and protects me. So she'll try to make sure we're not losing as much money as possible. But we have a
Right.
group of people right now, so we can all work through this and get the schedule together for the dollar.
Right. I think that's the best. That's a good idea, Harry. If you don't want us to like really log in every day, we can always go ahead and set up like rest days. It's really up to you. And how would you go ahead and schedule that? I don't know if it's going to be in February, for everyone if they're going to set their own off, or if it's going to be used going to set our off.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a calendar. I'm going to see how many people want to get on the dollar, and I'm
Okay.
going to put a schedule together. And based off that schedule, when you tell me what days that you want off, what days that you want on, I'm going to look at everybody's schedule and make something that's fair that works for everybody.
All right, that works.
Yeah,
All
like
right.
me, I didn't have off yet.
I know.
Jackie is a workaholic, so
No,
she's logging in every day.
every day log in.
Yes, Jackie. That's why I said, like, you have my personal attention. I'm going to make sure we spend some quality time, and I'm going to have you where you feel so comfortable on the phone that you're going to breeze through this, and you'll be a master cold caller. So that's kind of all I have now. I'm going to go ahead and set up this post, and you guys can drop your links below if you want to get on. Did anybody else have any questions, comments, concerns before I get off?
Harry, I would like to bring this up because Ali actually chat us. I mean, I understand that you're looking for more leads. However, most of the time, in 4 hours logging in, most of the time that we are not, I mean, if you're going to allow us like having 10 leads to close, most of the time that's something that we cannot like really get every day because most of the calls that we are getting are sold and other stuff like that. And of course, it really takes time for us to receive or for someone who's going to answer a call. So I don't know what is your take there? Since I think Ali is here.
Yeah, she is, but I'll give you the answer to that. So every time we order a new list, it costs money. To skip trace a list is 10 cent per record. So I pull this in the numbers of 10,000. If I pull 10,000, then that's another $1,000 I gotta spend for skip tracing it. Then that's another $3,600 I gotta spend on the automation. And then there's another cost for having the dollars. So there's so many costs that what we've been doing while we've been training, getting you guys up to speed, we've just been recycling the old list so that way I'm not wasting money on premium calls to where you aren't prepared for. So now that's why I'm ordering with you because notice there's a new campaign for sale by owner. I'm about to put some new campaigns for the distressed sellers. So now I'm going to be with you personally making sure that every day we're screening these calls. And Mark, you're the one who actually asked about call quality. that's something where it was just kind of like just me and Ali and then Cheryl. And so we were kind of short staffed trying to get everything done, and costs add up real fast. So now that we kind of got more of a grasp, more of a handle, more help, there will be there will be new leads. So that's the new feasible campaign. And then I already have some other leads from the distressed seller campaigns. That answer your question?
Yeah. Um, I think you can like really talk to Ali about it instead. And then Ali would be the one who's going to let us know the things that you guys talk about.
Ali talks to me about it all the time. So
Yeah.
we're all on the same page. She's already me and her have already had a conversation. Matter of fact, Ali, I see you're on here. You got anything to input?
Oh yeah, I'm right here. I'm sorry, I'm not still feeling better right now. So, well,
Oh, okay.
yeah, but then yeah, actually for Fisbo, Harry and I already tried it before. Remember that, Harry? So especially from the time from 9 to at least 4 p.m. Eastern, you'll get a lot of leads, especially for it's like 10 leads every day for Fisbo, because technically, Fisbo is very easy, very easy to get leads. So, but then I don't know, maybe it's about the script that we are using. You are still learning about the script. So, but then it's okay as long as we get leads, because we need to, maintain our leads, because we need to provide the buyers or the agent, so that we get paid for that. So I think, yeah, that's it. But I don't know if it's just the script or it's the leads itself. I don't know. I'm so sorry about that.
Well, we fixed the scripts and we fixed the leads. So we got both of those fresh, updated, up to speed. So this week, the rest of this week, today is Wednesday. So by Monday, when we're on our next team meeting, by Monday we should know, and we're going to monitor this every morning. So every morning at 8 o'clock, somebody will be on here, whether it's me, whether it's Ali, whether it's Mark. Somebody will be on here at 8 o'clock every morning to go through the calls with you guys and to go through them and see what we can do and what needs to be done better. You like how I just threw you out there, Mark?
I think that works. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay. Well, all right, guys. So I'm putting this post on here. If you are not in a certified by VI group, or if you are not registered for certification, let us know. I'm also going to put this into the free group as well. I don't I don't mind giving free training. I don't charge for training. What I charge is for a certification, because if you're working under through our company, the reason that the clients trust us is because they know that we're licensed and bonded. And so for each VA that we have under us, we pay an extra fee to insure them, to make sure that the client never gets burned. So that is what the cost is for certification, not for training. Training is always free. I don't charge for that. So anyway, that being said, thank you all for your time this morning. I look forward to speaking with you again tomorrow, and I'll be posting stuff back and forth in the group during the day. All
All
right,
right.
take care.
All right, bye.
I don't have any questions, Harry. Thank you.
All right, take care, guys. See you tomorrow.